What's going on, guys? Welcome back. It is Saturday. Hope everyone's having a good weekend, starting the weekend off right. Gonna cover some charts, gonna cover really one news piece so far today. That's the SEC Ripple case, a little update here. As you can see, I mean, we got some big winners. KAS just freaking killing it. XDC up, CSPR up. We've TA'd some of these coins. We're gonna TA some more today. We got some requests. And remember, if you want a coin TA'd, any crypto T8, or you want something explained further, my methodology, a certain indicator, drop it in the comments below. I check them, I read them. I will do it for you in tomorrow's video. If you want it sooner than that, then hop in Discord. Again, from Brian, and take a look at NAKA Render, SNX today, a few others. Bitcoin right now, just a quick update as we start this video. So we are losing the channel. We are starting to lose the flag. So here's what happens, right? You break to the downside of this bearish flag. You wait for the retest. It happened. Now it's got to make up its mind. Do we go back up into the channel or do we continue lower? Remember, if this flag breaks down, it has the potential to go down to 29,000. That is where the next level of liquidity sits after 29,500. So we do need to cross that 29,500, which is a big task. We haven't been able to yet. The bulls have defended it thus far, but if we lose that, if this flag starts breaking down and that 29,500 doesn't hold, expect a 29,500 level. So if that happens, you're gonna also see alts be dragged down with it. Look at Reddit Moons, man, up 30%. We just did a video on this the other day. So if you picked up some, and look at how this plays out, right? I said these are your key levels, and this is what you need to watch for and flip to support, right? So boom, you bounced off of that, this became support. You know, we blew through all this, bounced off that, this became support. And then it's just, you know, we're in price discovery territory right now. I mean, it's never been this high, obviously. This is Reddit Moons on their Cryptocurrencies subreddit, so just killing it. I just noticed that. XDC's killing it. I mean, look at, we flipped this to support, flip this to support, flip this to support, flip this. I mean, this is just how this stuff plays out. So we're gonna get into it today. If you're new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe. I do this every single day. We package the news, you know, crypto Twitter roundups, kind of see what kind of beef, what kind of drama, hacks, what the other influencers are saying, charts, TA, package it all up into a nice, sweet video every single day for you. No fluff, down to earth content. If you want to join me in Discord, it is discord.gg/Alpha Aere. I'm new, not new to creating crypto, rather new to making videos, right? It's a different thing. We're gonna grow, we're gonna get better, we're gonna adapt, but more importantly than that, we're gonna stay down to earth. We're not gonna shill you shit coins. We're not gonna do open mouth thumbnails. When I say we, I mean me, all you guys, right? That's the we. You know what I mean? Here's the position I'm in right now. Where is it? There we go. Here's the positions that I'm in this morning. So typically on weekends when we get in tight range like this, I typically hedge my bets. So I got a short and a long open. Basically, I have a short open at the top of the range, a long open at the bottom of the range. When this breaks out, and it's going to at some point, maybe it's not today, maybe it's not tomorrow, I'm gonna be on the winning side of this. I don't recommend this strategy if you're not an expert crypto trader, but this is about $3 million worth of positions here in Bitcoin. So we're gonna take a look at that. New channel, get back to my point, broke away from a bigger channel, decided to do my own thing. So hop on in, again, discord.gg/Alpha Aere. Let's just get right into the juice. Remember, timestamps are always down below. You're not going to hurt my feelings if you skip around in the video. And then on top of that, typically I would have the sources for all these articles that I'm going to cover down below. Because this is a new channel, YouTube won't let me put external links down there yet. But when they do, probably within the next 30 days, you'll find links to all the sources and everything I cover as well. So really the main news, the only real big news worth talking about is the weekend. You know, usually nothing big happens. Even crypto Twitter's been quiet. You know, usually we cover some stuff from there too. But SEC hints at potential appeal to XRP ruling from the Ripple Labs lawsuit. This is coming from court documents. The SEC stated it is now considering the various available avenues for further review on the ruling. Do we really want a judge to ask herself, does my strict application of the Howey test in this case result in an outcome in 2023 that comports with the policy implications behind a 1934 statute? So Respectfully, those portions of Ripple were wrongly decided, and this court should not follow them. SEC staff is considering the various available avenues for further review and intends to recommend that the SEC seek such review. So, you know, lots of back and forth here, but it looks like the SEC is not done. They're going to appeal it. This takes time. This takes a long time. This could be years in the process again. So we'll have to follow this and see, but for now, celebrate, baby. Taking a look at Bitcoin this morning here. So larger time frames that still flag, smaller time frames starting to look a little, you know, it's still a flag, I would say, or a tradable channel, but we're starting to lose it is the point. So you go to the 4-hour chart, you take your measured move, the flag full, you break it down. We're talking 29,200-ish. You know, we do have to get through that 29,500 level, which is key. It's a key level of support. So if I turn on the current ranges here, I mean, you can see these are all the key levels, right? Bullish cases, bearish cases. Right now, we're in a bearish posture. You turn on my indicators here, you can see that. I mean, we're in a bearish downturn, you know, since the top. This was the XRP ruling, licked up into this liquidity downturn here below most of the moving average, not quite to the 200 right now. You know, we were slipping it back here, kind of regained it a little bit, but we're toying with it. So, you know, downturn below the 100, the 21, the 50 moving averages, getting hung up on this thick level of liquidity here. You back up though, right? What happens all of a sudden? Huge volume gap, right? Here, doesn't really get real thick and heavy down to about 26,000 again, but there's some levels along the way, so don't get too scared yet. But that's primarily Bitcoin. The TA hasn't changed. It was really the same it was yesterday. Tight range right now, bottom of the channel. Let's turn off these indicators here for you. You know, still haven't crossed below 29.5. Couple wicks, couple liquidity wicks, but they bounced right off, and that corresponds with Bookmap here. So you got your thick liquidity here. Most of these are stop losses, take profits, buy orders. So typically you get a bounce off of this. So hopefully the momentum isn't so strong and we can continue to hold this level. It'd be bullish. I mean, if we can hold 29,500, it'll be bullish. Personally, I don't know that we can. The bullish case for Bitcoin is we make a higher high on the 4-hour chart. Not only would that be, you know, crashing through this kind of level of liquidity here between about 30,500-ish. So right now that is the glass ceiling. We need to smash through it, flip this to support, and then we can kind of come back up, retest the top of the channel. So until then, we're in a bearish posture. We're in a bearish stance. So we're bearish. When we're bearish, I'm bearish. When we're bullish, I'm bullish, right? For me personally, being a trend trader, I don't care if the market goes up or down. As long as it moves, I'm making money. Taking a look at kingfisher.io. It's an expensive site, but there's other free sites like I talked about yesterday, Agger.trade. I dropped it in Discord as well as my templates for it, where you can get a lot of the same information for free. And here's what we're seeing, right? Spots are still declining. This is zoomed way out. This is a 5-minute chart. I mean, I could go to the daily or whatever, but you're going to get the same picture. We're sell side heavy, right? Spots, perps. This is perps over on this side, spots on this side. You can see they're trending down. Large spot orders right now. You know, this was that XRP case. We were trending down and trending down again. We're pretty much lower than we were pre XRP pump. Market maker spots headed down, small spots headed down. The point that I'm making right now is that we are in a summer lull. There's not much momentum right now. So holding these levels, holding all these levels that I've talked about, right? Holding the 29.5 is going to be important. Holding the 29,000, the 28.5, holding all these levels is going to be key for the bulls. And that's pretty much it on Bitcoin. Bearish posture right now. You know, flag takes us down to, you know, about 29,200-ish if we break all the way down. Hopefully 29,500 can hold and we get a bounce off of there and then retest the top of the current range, the tight range we're in, which is that kind of 3,400 level. We haven't been able to do that. We haven't been above 3,400 since the 14th, Friday the 14th. So kind of been tightening up the range. You know, we were up here, now we're down here. So do we come down and make a new range, 29 to 2,500? At the current pace, I would say yes. That's it for Bitcoin. Got my points crossed. Here's your key levels. Blue is support. Blue is resistance, I should say. and then red is going to be your support levels based off of liquidity and then just previous history. Checking in on Kaspa, man, sometimes it's just so beautiful how much TA works out, right? So here we go. So since the last time we checked in on this, really, I mean, we broke through this level here. It became support. This is not, I mean, just look at how this plays out, right? I mean, I said this is going to be your resistance. We bounced off of that. We retested literally where my arrow was going, and now we're coming on up. I mean, Kaspa is coming close again to that price discovery territory. I mean, we need to get up here to 0.4261 to tie the all-time high, where I would probably say we're going to come down a little bit. Key levels of resistance along the way. They're not super strong though once you get up in here, because this was price discovery territory over here before we fell back down. So Kaspa, freaking crushing it. I love Kaspa. I love the technology. I love the people running it. Like I said, I made a video all the way back 8, 9, 10 months ago when we were all the way down here, right? when it was just a baby. And, you know, like I said, if you would have listened to me then, you know, you'd be up 1,500%, something like that on your Kaspa bags. So solid tech, solid technology, getting pretty close to testing that all-time high again on Kaspa. And the beautiful thing is, more and more people are starting to come on board with Kaspa. They're starting to find it. Money flow still green. You know, green dot here, pumping us up. Stokes and RSIs heading up. VWAP sharply up. This could be a coin to watch this weekend, guys. All right, Brian, time for Nakamoto Games. Cool little site here. Doing some play to earn games. Market cap about $80 million, fully diluted. And then just, I mean, I don't know how much more cup and a handle, right, you can get than this. You take your measured move, right? You know, I'm being liberal with this. You know, from the breakout, you know, could we get back up to an all-time high, or not all-time high, but make a new all-time high? That would be the breakout. I mean, we're halfway there. Usually I say 50 to 80% you want to start taking profits, right? Maybe we get a little bit of a retest. We hit the pocket of liquidity here that we banged against, right at about 0.54 cents. And it's kind of pulled back a little bit. So there's not any real big liquidity, not any real big retest here until you get to that 0.2627 level. So I could see, if you're looking to load up more, maybe coming back down here, depending on what the market does, right? Of course. That's why you always got to TA Bitcoin first. You can't just TA altcoins. It just unfortunately doesn't work like that. And also, there's news items, partnerships that can be announced. You got to kind of stay up on all this stuff. But what the charts tell me right now is we got oversold on the daily chart. We got oversold, you know, up here around 53 cents ish, and looking for a little bit of a pullback. And we're looking to maybe come back down to 0.267 before taking off, unless we find support here, unless there's something these other indicators are telling me. So if we just take, this is on the daily chart, by the way, still downturning. So this is your RSI. We got oversold. The big pump up, pumped our face off, got oversold, starting to fall back down a little bit. We're underneath the simple moving average. We're in a bearish posture. It's really that simple. So till we kind of cross back over on the daily time frame, I would expect a little bit of a bullish downturn. Money flow, again, you can see where we pumped our faces off. Money started flowing in. It's still green though, so that's good. We haven't gotten a real big sell-off yet. Printing a red dot now though on the daily. Let's take a look at what Lux Algo is telling us. A lot of the same. Money flow starting to kind of bleed out a little bit. So yeah, I would say unless this turns around, and let's be honest, this could turn around at any second, right? I mean, that's just the crypto market. But for now, you know, I would really start targeting some of these moving averages as support, right? So this is your 200, your 100, and this is your 50. So hopefully those will act as support. Otherwise, I would expect a retest around this kind of 26-ish cents, give or take level before we kind of pump our faces off again. But I don't think this puppy's done yet, right? I mean, the measured move breakout up to $1, $1.50. And I haven't really looked into what they are, what they do, other than they make some games. I don't know if they have big partnerships or stuff in the works. I'm just going off of what the charts tell me. Charts tell me short term, maybe a little bit of a downturn, retesting some of these previous levels because it's just been pumping its face off. I mean, this is the beginning of the year, right? I mean, up 800%, right? It's due for a retest at some point. So I think we probably might get that now. It looks like we're starting to pinch a little bit on, this is the market cipher A. It's starting to pinch for a little bit, so it's got to make up a decision. If we pinch and we get more money in, you know, I would expect to retest this. So if you want to remain bullish, you know, flip this to support. Boom. There you go. Then we can start looking at making a possible new all-time high. I mean, you're going to have to retest these previous highs. Boom. Boom. 70 cents, 89 cents. But looking good. I mean, you pump your face off 800% and you lose, what is it? 33% for retest. You're doing okay. RNDR, a coin that I follow a lot. So RNDR right now in its current range is looking similar to Bitcoin in the fact that the range has tightened, right? You had your bigger range, and then like Bitcoin, it is tightening against strong support, just like Bitcoin is. 1.872 is going to be key to hold. We lose that, and it's going to be like Bitcoin. We're going to come down, we're going to test 1.622. It's kind of like Bitcoin's $29,000 level, right? So this is like Bitcoin's 29,500 level. This is like its 29,000 level. So what we need to do to get bullish is obviously break outside of this and flip this to support, and then we can start working on levels above us, to which there are lots along the way, right? I mean, there's one. So there's some levels above us that we can hopefully get to, but we do need to flip this 2.148. Otherwise, we're going to come down and retest these. I would say right now, RNDR is very heavily dependent on AI in the news. I'm talking regular old AI. This is an AI or AI adjacent coin. So anytime there is stuff with ChatGPT or Microsoft or Google or X.AI from Elon Musk, it pumps. That all the AI tokens tend to pump when there's AI news going on. So taking a look, let's take a look and see what we see here. So here's what I see here too. It's just bear divs all over the place. I think this is coming down a little bit in the short term, right? When I'm bearish like this, it's just what the charts are telling me, right? Long-term wise and all this shit, I'm very, very bullish. But bear div, we're bear diving on the Stokes and the RSIs. You got your red dot print there. Money flows coming out. I think there's a little bit more downside, a little bit more correction. And I think there's going to be a little bit more downside and a little bit more correction on alts in general. Well, what do you mean by that, Air? Well, I'll tell you what I mean by that. So this is your total 3 market cap. This is the market cap of all crypto assets minus the big 2, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Let's turn this off. Let's zoom. And here we go. This is the top of the markets right here, right? This is when alts, this is that $69,000 Bitcoin area here where we started to pull back. And this is where altcoins bled heavily. And then if you just look at it, we're continuously making lower highs. Even the XRP pump was a lower high, right? Yeah, your high, lower high, lower high, lower high, kind of even highs. And this was a lower high than right here. So we are still making lower highs. It's not looking bullish for altcoins. If the XRP, so what I've been saying, if XRP winning their lawsuit couldn't pump us to the promised land, the momentum is just not there right now. Summers are boring. They typically are boring. And we still haven't gotten into FOMO territory, right? Bitcoin gets up to 34, 35, 36K. You're going to start seeing the momentum shift. You're going to start getting into a proper bull market. But XRP pumped us outside of this channel. I would expect us to fall right back into the channel. Bitcoin dominance is still killing it. This is Bitcoin's dominance market cap percentage compared to all other alts. 50% is huge. Most people, most influencers said we would never see a 50% again, or even a 55% again. And that is very, very possible in the near future. Remember, as this continues to rise, alts continue to bleed on Bitcoin dominance. Total 3. When this goes up and you start reclaiming some of these key levels here, right? 394, 449, 530, et cetera. Those are bigger key levels. There's smaller ones along the way. That's when your alt season starts. That's when alts start pumping their faces off. So we're just not there yet. Now we are in a flag. I don't know if this breaks to the upside. I don't see it happening right now. Maybe this winter when we get into September, October, November-ish, possible. Right now, though, I just don't see it. You take a look at it, you can see that XRP pump. I mean, the VWAP just went straight up. Everyone bought alts on that day or transferred their Bitcoin to alts, whatever. You know, we got that top. It's just been kind of flat since, but you got your red dot print. Money flow is pretty flat, but you can see we're sell side heavy right now. So what I think is happening is one of two things. People are realizing profits, or already did, on a lot of alts. A lot of alts have already retraced their XRP announcement win. Not all, right? I'm saying a lot. And putting it back into Bitcoin or stable coins, or just paying themselves out, which is fine. But we were continuously making higher highs, higher high, higher high, higher high. So now it's just a matter, and this will play out over the next few days. You know, if we make a lower high, that's going to be bearish. This is total free market cap, all altcoins. I don't know, dude. You're sounding like a bear. I'm sounding like what the charts are telling me right now. There's some bullish situations, like we talked about with, was it NAKA? KAS is bullish. Just Bitcoin, these other coins, they're just, how can you look at any of this and tell me this looks bullish, right? Momentum, daily. There's your high, lower high, lower high. Whoop, there goes the floor. Money flow's coming out. VWAP was starting to kind of come up, but it's just chopping sideways flat. So we can't even cross the zero line on it. Stokes and RSIs, you know, high, lower high, lower high. It just doesn't look good. This can change tomorrow. Some news can come out, something can happen, something with the economy, investors wake up, bulls step up, spots pick up. This can change. And then my mentality, my thought process are going to change with it. I roll with the punches. That's just the way it is right now. I'm not going for a $6,000 Bitcoin or anything like that. I'm just rolling with the punches. We're still in range. Right now, we're still in a, you know, an overall bullish posture until we start losing some of these key levels and retracing it. It is starting to look a little bit bearish, though, is my point. Take a look at SNX, a derivatives liquidity protocol. So, you know, it's just a giant... Here, let me get rid of these indicators for you. So you can see pretty much where the resistance was, right? Something like that. So the bullish news is, guess what? Well, we haven't crossed back down below it. So we have flipped the resistance to support. Very, very, very bullish. I don't know what I drew back here. So I TA'd this at some point a bunch of times. I mean, so this is what I'm seeing right now, right? So bullish posture, right? So we got ahead of the resistance. It is now support. So you're going to be wanting to retest some of these key levels. So on top of that, let's look at the money flow. So money flow right now on SNX, it's bullish. I mean, it's coming up on the daily, starting to get a little pumpy. You know, we're making we're tying. So if we have a good day, what's it at today? SNX, it's not even on here. Down. Ugh. So we're basically making a double top on the momentum wave. So it could be a little bit more downside on SNX unless something happens, because this is a double top essentially on the momentum. You know, we're coming down. That's okay. Chop inside a range. You know, we take a look at the charts. What's it saying right now? You can see it's a pretty flat day. It is up on the day. What's that? That must have been the 24 hours. So far, if we can hold on, this would be number one, a bullish. It is a bullish spinning top, which is a bullish candle close. If we can close green like this, but you can see what it's doing, right? We're just making steps up, right? So you have your kind of your rounded bottom curve to the up. There's your other high, rounded bottom curve to the up. Are we going to flag out again? Because we're pumping out again, right? We got your pump up. Are we going to, you know, kind of make a rounded bottom curve again and then pump up again? So you can see we're being trapped. There's lots of orders, lots of liquidity going on right now. That's what this kind of dotted line, this red, this green means. Buy side heavy. That's bullish. And again, that can change at any time. But just kind of looking, let's turn off these indicators. Let's zoom in here. And this is that kind of double top. You can see it here too, right? Double top, double top. Maybe we get a little bit of a pullback. It doesn't have to be much though, right? Come down and then we'll pump again, kind of like we did here. We went up, came down, went up, came down, went up, came down. So that would be bullish. And then we can kind of, here's what needs to happen. You can see where all this liquidity is here. All this liquidity is here. The next big level of liquidity is going to be in this kind of range. Right up here, this blue line, about $4, we'll call it 3.983, give or take, right? This is a volatile coin. It's not super volatile. I mean, it's $1 billion market cap, but it still has its wild swings right here. I mean, these are huge daily candles. You can't tell me it's not volatile, right? I mean, 52% in a day, right? I mean, there's a 40. I mean, I can find them. So what I would like to see is, first of all, we need to make a higher high here. So maybe a little bit of a downturn before a pump up. And then I would like to see this kind of come up and be flipped to support. And we can continue to build off of that. But bullish posture, money flows coming in, Stokes and RSI is heading up. Looks good. Looks good on this. You know, there's lots of levels on the way here, but let's take it one at a time. 3.982. What would be a bearish situation as we start kind of coming down and falling right back into this channel. That's pretty much it for SNX. I mean, we keep making these higher lows and higher highs like we have been making. It'll continue up once we start seeing it kind of flatten out. Maybe the VWAP coming down, right? Once we start seeing people realizing profits, maybe we'll get a little bit of a pullback. But it looks to me like right now, I mean, everything is making higher highs, right? So money flow is going to come up again. Is it going to make another higher high? We want the VWAP to come up. We want people to stop realizing profits. We want people to diamond hands, you know, because right now it is working off of that bearish divergence right there. You can see that, right? So this could bring us down a little bit. Just revisiting NAKA, another key level is obviously going to be this 0.35-ish level. So maybe we don't go all the way down to 26 cents. Maybe we kind of come down here, get a bounce off of there, load up here. XRP could start to get spicy, guys. I mean, we're starting to lose the trend, right? So, you know, touches, many touches here. A lot of these coins right now are riding key levels of support. Things could start seeing a little bit of a downturn. Like I said, we start losing this, you know, you're going to have to retest these levels on the way down, right? These kind of lows on the way down. So 71, 67, you know, but, you know, do we start retracing some? I don't think we do all, but some of those XRP wins before bouncing up. Possible. You know, it's hard. It's tough to say because we pumped off a news. We got them appealing it now. Is that going to rattle investors a little bit? Some of those paper hands, right? But yeah, it's going to get interesting because we are starting to lose this support. Kind of revisiting XDC. I don't remember when I drew this, right? But I mean, we broke through the resistance, kind of like I said, you know, would obviously happen. I mean, it's kind of a bigger channel. You know, these kind of downward channels, right, typically break to the upside like this. It did, pumping its face off today, XDC. You know, we are kind of at a thick level right here, right? We are at, I mean, we got all this here. So pretty big moment right now for XDC, because if we can clear this, right? I mean, we're talking, you know, revisiting this 0.08, kind of coming up here, retesting all these highs, and then we're talking a price discovery, new all-time high territory. Now it's you know, daily chart. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Like I said, I mean, that's 400% away, 300%, I guess, from here. But those are your kind of levels to look for. This kind of thick pocket here, this kind of thick pocket here. But XDC is just pumping his face off right now. I would be cautious on entering in here since, I mean, this is just a humongous pump, right? I don't know if it was news-based or what, but it pumped its face off. Should we see? I don't really see anything. It's had a good year, don't get me wrong, but it is super volatile. So it has very, very wild swings up and down, as you can see here. I mean, these are 50% swings, some even more extreme. It's a super volatile coin, as seen today, pumping its face off. I mean, it's up 31% on the new daily candle, but starting to retest. I mean, this is a key level here, so key moment. If we can flip this to support and solidly, you know, in this range, if this range can become support, right, and we can start building off of this, then it's just going to go up more. Reddit Moon smashed through. I mean, it's price discovery territory. How do you TA this, right? Well, to be honest with you, you really don't. I mean, it's flat for so long. Little ups, little downs. Excuse me, I got a frog in my throat. Pinching a little bit right now on the SMA bands, but it's just been pumping its face off. It's trending on social media. I would expect us to go up more, right? I just would, based on what I see. I mean, it's the #1 trending thing right now on social media, on crypto Twitter. Has the most mentions, right? Where was it? Here, I'll show you. Moons, #1 mentions on crypto Twitter, top 10 trends. Messy, Kraken, some other stuff in there. But the momentum is there right now for more upside. Where? I can't tell you, right? We're discovering price. That's what when I say we're in price discovery, we've never been this high before. There's no resistance levels to look at. The only thing we can really do is watch what buyers and sellers are doing. You can watch the VWAP. Starting to come down a little bit, but the money flow's pumping in, right? So the VWAP's money flow's still coming in, VWAP's coming down. So it's sell side heavy, but the money flow is still there. So, little choppiness, a little sideways, but a little downturn, not much, right? And we're building off of a green dot again. Stokes RSI is coming up again. It looks ripe for the picking, right? You can see how it pulled back a little bit, but the momentum is still there. Price discovery on Moons, bullish on. This is the cryptocurrency subreddit on Reddit's native token. Again, Digifinx, Coinstore, Probit Global, and ABCC, where you can buy this one. I'm not telling you to buy it. I'm telling you to look into it, do your own research. It is currently trending. It's a $37 million fully diluted market cap. ETHAX.com, right? You got your trading software, your tokens, swap, NFT, wallet. It could be a possible up-and-comer. It looks good. Their promises seem to be good. People behind it, everything. It seems like one that you should probably look into and see if it's something you would be interested in. I'm not telling you to buy it. I'm just telling you, check it out. That's the only thing that I am telling you right now. It is starting to trend. Low market cap, $37 million. Tough to buy right now, unfortunately, but it's definitely one to watch. I myself am going to look into it further, and if I like more of what I see so far, it's piqued my interest, my curiosity. I will make a separate video on this, maybe later today or tomorrow or something. But just one that I saw kind of some rumblings happen on it, and I just wanted to throw that out to you guys to check into for yourself. That is it today, ladies and gentlemen. I think we covered a lot. I mean, we're at like 30-something minutes right now. I felt like I was rambling a little bit there at the end. Eventually, I'm going to do live videos, but right now I'm just trying to build. YouTube doesn't really show live videos. They're only for current subscribers, but I will get on here and do some lives, kind of chat with you guys a little bit. I appreciate everyone. Again, they don't really show me who subscribes, but I know since yesterday, Justin, just a man from Utah, appreciate you for subbing, and anyone else. I really appreciate you guys. New growing channel here. It's going to get better and better and better. I'm going to get better and better and better at making videos and talking to a camera. I appreciate you guys for watching. Should we do one more check-in with my trade? Pretty much kind of the same spot. I mean, it looks like so far the long's winning, but it's going to bounce around to this channel, right, until one wins. But up 5,000 on one, 1,000 on the other. Again, $3 million trade. Appreciate you guys. I'll be back tomorrow, so if you want to see something or you want something explained or whatever, coin TA, drop it in the comments down below. I'm Air. I will see you guys tomorrow. Hop in Discord, discord.gg/Alpha Aere, and we'll see you guys later.